Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit Down. If you can't tell, happy Superman teaser trailer day today to everybody out there. I'm not gonna lie, watching the Superman teaser trailer got me in excitement mode for things that are coming from DC Studios, and I said to myself after I watched the trailer, there's something else I could probably watch right now. And as a matter of fact, there are 4 things I could watch right now that tie directly into DC Studios and where we're going with this new DC universe from James Gunn. What are we talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat? We are not talking about Soups, but we are talking about Creature Commandos Season 1, Episode 1. We are going to take a watch and dive into the episode. And I'm stoked, man. Like, it's one of those things where I've said this in the past, but DC is where my roots really lie the strongest, I think. I love Marvel's stuff. I love all comics. When I have time to sit down and read, like I'll read from Marvel, from DC, from indie, different indie comics, things of that nature. But like my general nature in the comic book world is to lean toward DC because I like those characters a bit more, and those stories, tend to have been stronger when I was a kid. And it's great to see Marvel succeed the way that they succeeded, but it's been tough as a DC fan to see the ups and downs that we've had with that, what we get from Warner Brothers in that world. And it's exciting, I think, to have someone like James Gunn at the helm. And after seeing this teaser trailer, I'm not shocked that James Gunn is getting things off to a good start, I think, for his DC Studios. And by all accounts, what I've heard about Creature Commandos has been very, very strong and positive as well. And it's cool to see that working in tandem with what Matt Reeves is doing with the Batman. Like, you have this thing that's kind of over here separate, but it's all leading up to a fairly strong run from DC since the Batman came out. Well, I mean, maybe not since, because the DCEU died after that. But, you look at the Batman, you look at the Penguin. By all accounts, Creature Commandos has been very strong. And the trailer for the Superman movie looks very, very good. Getting me in a positive mode around DC things, which is nice because I feel like there's so much negativity out there. And granted, I haven't cracked into the internet since watching the trailer, so maybe there is hate and stuff that still drives you nuts. But from what my eyes are seeing for me, I think things are going in the right direction for DC. So I'm stoked to dive into Creature Commandos. It's interesting to kind of kick your universe off with an animated show, but something like Creature Commandos I think makes a lot of sense as far as using animation to get into that story. And then these are characters that you can bring over into live action. So I think that's a lot of fun. And, you have Rick Flag Sr. in here, so it'll be interesting to see how that ties in. And, one of the things I think people have been interested in is where do things that existed in DC post-Snyder, but before Gunn's official helming, play in or don't play in, right? And it'll be interesting to see how they address, Rick Flag Jr., his death from, Suicide Squad, and see if any of those things are tying into this universe that Gunn is building. I think in that regard, you could have a little bit of a rocky start because you've got to get rid of some things but bring other things over. And I think when we get to Peacemaker Season 2, that'll be another thing that I think kind of helps define some of that stuff. But I'm stoked just to kind of dive into something that feels super James Gunn. Like Creature Commandos has a wacky, zany things like Weasel. You can bring Weasel in and have kind of more of that zany fun that we know Gunn is really, really good with. So I'm stoked. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get the episode up for you. I'm pulling it up here in front of me, and let's not waste any more time and take a look at what we are getting with Season 1, Episode 1 of the Creature Commandos, the Collywobbles.
The battalion, calling themselves the Sons of Themyscira, violently crossed the border into Bacolistan. The Sons are said to be working at the behest of the rogue Amazonian and
Circe.
Circe claims to be the rightful heir to the throne of the perhaps mythical, perhaps real, all-female island nation of Themyscira.
Interesting.
Cersei has promised the sons that once the downfall of Pokolistan is achieved, she will lead them to conquer Themyscira.
Interesting.
Themyscira is like the sickest place ever, and then you tell me, oh dude, only women can live there? What? That is so sexist, bro.
Oh, that's silly.
Why do only girls get such cool waterfalls? All over the world, our rights as men are being denigrated.
What a bunch of clowns.
Dangerous.
Yep, I'm with you there, Grillo.
Countries don't have friends.
After your decades in the military general flag, I think you'd understand that true friendship is built on petroleum deposits. Princess Alana Rostovic, the heir apparent to Pokolistan, is already negotiating with the U.S. for that oil. And if she's overthrown by some nut job in a witch's hat, all bets are off. We need to help Rostovic.
Non-human internment
I
division.
thought Congress put a stop to all Task Force X activities since your daughter outed you.
Technically, Congress said Argus can't use incarcerated human
Ties him
beings as
to
mission operatives any longer.
Peacemaker.
But what about beings that aren't human?
Huh?
Beings that aren't human. Let's go.
What in the holy hell?
This is the Belle Reve Non-Human Interment Division. For over 50 years, only those at the uppermost levels of security... I think we can arguably circumvent our new restrictions.
Arguably? How?
Congress said we can't use human prisoners. These assholes aren't human.
Fair point.
Who is she?
We don't know. We call her the Bride.
Who's Jason and the Argonauts?
A sociopath who called himself Dr. Phosphorus. He has irradiated skin. He can...
Got that Suicide Squad vibes to it, too.
How does that radiation affect the people around them?
If you don't sleep in the same room with him, the effects should be minimal.
Minimal? What is that thing?
Weasel.
It's one of the few soldiers still alive from Project Starfish in Corto Maltese.
Project Starfish. Let's go.
Sorry, I didn't mean to intimate anything about your son, Flag. When he died in Corto Maltese, he died a hero.
That one looks like a discontinued dishwasher.
That dishwasher killed over 300 Nazis in World War II. I would have dismantled it, but I thought it might come in use someday. I Robot. Last one
That's
is
fun.
Nina Mazursky.
What use is she walking around in a fishbowl?
Get her in water, it's a different story. She's the smartest and most reasonable of the bunch. She might be able to help you keep the rest of them in line.
Interesting. So I like the Suicide Squad vibes, getting to meet all of them. Oh my! Not blowing their heads off, we're just electrocuting them.
Let's call it Task Force M. M for Monster, also known as...
The Creature Commandos! Let's go. Indira Varma. Great casting, I think, choice there. Thinking about the live action side. Sean Gunn doing G.I. Robot and Weasel. Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus. Zoe Chow. David Harbour as Frankenstein. Frank Grillo as Flag Sr. I think those are all great casting choices. Created for television. Look at James Gunn put himself in there. That's amazing. Haha. The Collywobbles. All right, man. Fire me up.
An Osprey waiting to take you directly to the castle to protect Princess Rostovic from Cersei and her forces.
But I do think all of the casting choices for each of these characters, while meshing with the characters, would also play very well, I think, in live action. Dr. Phosphorus, a lot of CGI, though.
But
General, I believe you've read us wrong. We're delighted to be here and delighted to
Tudyk.
serve our country.
okay. Grace.
Are you smiling?
Yes.
Sarcastically?
G.I. Robot is detecting unease. Could he be, G.I. Robot asks, in fear of being discovered as Nazi?
Your gun down. He's not a Nazi.
Child killer, though. Not a great look.
Supposedly he had a bad experience the last trip he took on this Osprey, that's all.
Are we in goddamn Pokolistan?
You've been here before?
Oh, fucking hell.
I can't.
I also love that we can play in the rated R world. Something that's not unfamiliar for DC animation. Music selections, of course, always a James Gunn pro. That's one of those things I'll be interested to see with the Superman movie.
Looks like the princess has imported security.
where that comes into play, because using the John Williams score in the teaser makes me think that's going to be present in the movie. And I would expect Superman to be more score-driven than soundtrack-driven, but be interested.
God, it's on my leg. No one thought to take him out for a walk after a long trip?
You better not be looking at me right now.
Oh, it's hysterical. You can already tell you're going to have some fun with this group, even if Mr. Frankenstein is missing currently.
And we laugh, and we cry. To uncover rules of life and how to break them well. And a key to your gonzo turbo gypsy autopilot and your story to tell. Story to tell.
It is interesting to have a soundtrack score on an animated show. Oh my.
Looks like the gene pool was above ground and inflatable, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I wonder where this princess is gonna look.
Oh.
Oh.
Richard Bill Flagg, Sr. So wonderful to be meeting you.
Yes, you too.
Your middle name is Bill.
William?
No.
Whose middle name is Bill?
It's an honor.
This is not the kind of bow we do in Pokolistan, Mr. Richard Flagg. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to kill you. Customary bow in this castle. Everyone, murder this man.
Oh, snap.
Hold on a minute. No one briefed me on what kind of bow.
So I like the flag as like the inverse, right? Rather than like the gray stripe, he's got the black stripe and the gray hair.
I am making joke.
Oh, that's
I think
funny.
you're going to make mess in your pants, huh?
Very close to messing his pants.
I wasn't even in the vicinity of doing that.
We are so much like Americans, yes? We pull pranks like Jamie Kennedy experiment. We do the Super Bowl shuffle. We like to say, "What's that?"
Certainly current with the popular cultural reference.
That's what I was about to say.
Sarcastic smile.
Now, I have...
We've prepared a banquet for you, our honored guests.
Interesting. Not shocked that they're slobs. They are monsters.
They've been living on prison grub for quite some time. Forgive their manners.
It's just
You sampled this prison grub?
Just seeing it is enough to give me the Collywobbles. You're right, Ilana.
Their manners do not bother me. I love seeing friends enjoying themselves.
Oh my.
That is the queen.
She's in rough shape.
G.I. Robot?
Yes, Miss Nina?
Would you like anything? Diesel? Some diesel fuel, please, for our robot friend?
Yes, madam. Right away, madam.
Diesel fuel.
It is a beautiful evening, isn't it?
I do not enjoy landscapes devoid of dead Nazis, Miss. Can Miss Nina and G.I. Robot be killing Nazis soon? Miss. It's been oh so long since G.I. Robot has sent Nazis back to hell where they belong.
I think it will be soon.
G.I. Robot would like to kill Nazis with you. Would you like to kill Nazis with G.I. Robot?
Oh, I'm a big G.I. Robot fan.
It would certainly be you, G.I. Robot.
G.I. Robot has been waiting for a friend to kill
Love
Nazis
it.
with for 74 years, 23 days, and 52 minutes.
I hope we find him some Nazis to kill.
Hope we aren't too much of an intrusion. Our only goal here is to keep you safe, Ilana.
I'm happy to have the company.
Even that one?
Why was he in prison?
supposedly murdered 27 children.
Oh.
I wouldn't fret. Also wouldn't invite the school choir to the castle.
Are you married, Richard Flagg?
No. I was once, but my wife ended up being my least favorite aspect of that 21st century-year-old gung-ho. Sometimes missteps lead you where you need to be. She and I had a son when we were just 18. Fine young man. I joined the military mostly just to make money so I could support him. 18 years later, he joined the military because he loved our country and he wanted to make it a better place. Boy, it was an improvement on me in every way. He passed on about 2 years back.
Oh. I'm sorry.
I would have liked to introduce the two of you. I have a feeling you would have gotten on like a house on fire.
A house on fire does not seem good.
No, it's supposed to be a good thing.
I'm sure your son was a fine man, but I'm much more fond of older men.
Ooh.
I'd like to show you something. This armor is beautiful, no?
Sure.
It is over 500 years old.
What is it you wanted to show me?
Just this wonderful...
Oh.
That's not an armor. I don't think this is exactly ethical. I'm here to protect you.
To protect me from loneliness, from lack of passion?
No.
From Pokolistani men who have never seen the world, have no clue how to treat a woman, and who can't see me as the human being I am behind the veil of royalty.
Close. Look, I think we need to get some shut-eye so we can put a cogent plan in place in the morning. I'll leave G.I. Robot to guard the door.
Richard.
Richard Flagg Sr. was not ready for all that hotness.
In June of 1944, a storm hit. 38 dead Nazis. In September of 1944.
See, cataloging. Oh, it's amazing.
In October of 1944, at the Battle of Aachen,
G.I. Robots. Nazi death records. Fantastic. It is amazing that Phosphorus has clothing that doesn't burn away.
Bride?
Oh, where's Bride going?
Bride!
How'd you get down here?
To the stairs.
Walked down the stairs.
No one tried to stop you?
We're here to protect them. Why would they stop me? Hey, you can't leave.
Why not?
Well, Flagg will use the remote to shock you, and then we all get shocked. Seems like a flaw in the system to me to get shocked even when I didn't do anything wrong. It was like the worst feeling.
That's hysterical.
Open the door.
Oh my god.
I do not have you in the schedule.
He doesn't have us in the schedule.
I don't need a schedule, Seduce. You have any money?
Pardon?
Money. Cough up some cash. I don't have any freaking rubles on me. How am I supposed to get around?
Our money is not called.
Be insulting. Just give me some cash. Hey!
Thank you. She means to say thank you.
No, I don't mean anything.
You asked him for money, and he just gave it to you.
That's right.
He was rude.
Yeah, that's right.
We shouldn't leave.
Oh, look, no one is forcing you to come. Знаете ли, къде щарута именя на Frankenstein?
Какво е това нещо?
Oh, maybe is this where Frankenstein's monster is? Get a little of the Bride's background. Uh-oh. What are you up to, Phosphorus?
Hey.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh. Seems like it'd be very dangerous to be touched by Dr. Phosphorus. Yep, not good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Yikes. Oh. You got an oven mitt. The animation for the action, I mean, nothing that shocking when it comes to DC animation, but this feels very real-life choreographed. And I feel like I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons to real life because these characters can transfer over.
Phosphorus, you idiot! You think Waller would give me the only remote? You'd be hopping around like a Mexican jumping bean for days if you escaped. Or, if I told her about this, I'm not here to torture you. We're supposed to be on the same damn team.
Feel bad, Phosphorus.
What is this place?
Where I was born.
Yeah! Alright, we are gonna see some of them Dr. Frankenstein origins. I was gonna say, who's back in that shed-like place? That's a woman. Not Igor or Frankenstein. Ha! Is that Zac Efron? I think that was Zac Efron. I also think it's funny that it was a real-life person. Frankie living the big life, huh?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, I am sorry to disturb you, sir. This is... What do you have for me, old woman? Oh, as you have asked, sir, I have been keeping watch. The one you asked me to look for. I think she's here now at the manor.
My bride. After all these years, I found you.
Matt Peters. I tell you what, man, I'm here for this. I think James Gunn really thrives when he plays in the more obscure areas in the superhero world. So bringing a bunch of the characters like these to life in an animated show, I think, is a lot of fun to kind of give you something that's like the Suicide Squad, but isn't the Suicide Squad, right? We don't have anything after all of these credits are done. That music sounded right for the Collywobbles.
Hurry up!
Oh, we gotta look.
I have a message for your leaders.
Little trailer action.
I will show you the future.
Yo, was that Soups?
Hell.
In the weeks ahead.
Within weeks, it's nothing but threat.
Whatever you want, I'll give it to you. What I want is you dead.
Oh, man.
Set up by that damn witch.
Go to hell.
You like that, John?
I mean...
Yes! That freaking dude.
Have you seen General Flood?
Yeah.
I'll keep you safe.
You're such a kind man.
Yeah, that was only gonna not happen for so long.
You should just give him 30 seconds. He's an older guy. Give him a full minute.
I do not belong, nor have I ever, in the world of humans.
What, are we supposed to be buddies now?
No one loves a woman who makes things too easy.
Go fuck.
Oh.
What is it that you desire?
Are these
Nazis.
I always love a good barbecue.
Dude, I love how bloody it's gonna get.
What if we're killing all of these people for no reason?
It's gonna bring about the end. Isn't any risk worth stopping that? You don't understand what you've done! You've doomed the world!
Like, again, I'm very here for when Gunn is playing in this type of a world and with these types of characters. And I like that he doesn't shy away from rated R things. It's one of those where I think on the Marvel side, you limit yourself in some of the things you can do by not playing rated R. I get that these movies make more money when you... Yeah, I know. The movie's making more money. It's crazy, but you can chill. Dogs next door can live. I apologize. He gets angry when the neighbors come out. Hey! Anyway, we'll try that again. I do think you limit yourself, though. Like, yes, you're going to make more money when you can get the younger audiences into the theaters, but you limit yourself on things that you can do, like Deadpool, right? And it's nice to see that I think Feige's probably always been behind that, but like to be able to get Disney to be like, okay, we can do a rated R Deadpool. If we ever get to a Blade movie, pretty sure that'll be rated R. Like, it's one of those where you got to remember even the comic books. Like, the main comics are not on the kids' comic book shelves. They're on the adult comic book shelves, and they play in adult places sometimes. And I think the fact that you're going into a universe with something like Creature Commandos, I like that Gunn's not shying away, that this is going to get bloody and it's going to get gory and it's adult. You know, you have adult humor, there's adult imagery. I think that's okay because you can layer these things into different areas, right? Like Superman, not going to really have him show up in a rated R thing, but if you've got a team full of villains or creatures, yeah, I think it allows you to play in different areas and, you know, remind your audience that, like, hey, we are here to play for adults as much as we are here to play for the younger audience. That being said, I think this does a really good job of establishing the team, even though we only see Frankenstein right at the end. G.I. Robot immediately is my favorite thing. Every time he gets the chance to talk, he's just talking about wanting to kill Nazis, and I love that. The action sequence between Phosphorus and Flag was great. Makes me very excited for the type of action we could be getting as we go forward. I like seeing the Bride kind of team up with Nina Mazursky. Zoe Chow kind of coming in there. But seeing kind of like, you can see like a partnership starting to form maybe, or the first like friends from the group starting to form with Nina and the Bride, as well as Weasel and G.I. Robot. And G.I. Robot, honestly, Nina just seems like she wants to be friends with everybody, right? Like getting along with G.I. Robot as well. Weasel is perfect comic relief. Just seeing him do wild stuff is hysterical. And I like that you're able to set up things for the universe, right? Like, this is 2 years after Suicide Squad. Waller is no longer allowed to utilize humans for Task Force X, so that's why we have the Creature Commandos. So, like, makes sense in the terms of, like, the Suicide Squad being sidelined, not shocked. And that gives Gunn time to figure out how you utilize those characters included with the other characters that you're playing with. It'll be interesting to see how that impacts Peacemaker. But, you know, kind of establishing that stuff, setting this world in the same place as Peacemaker, which we kind of knew. But, like, talking about Flag Jr.'s death, all those things, and kind of just giving us a good vibe of what this episode, I think, does a good job of giving you a little bit of all the flavors. Get a little taste of all our characters, little taste of what they could become as a group, but plenty of time for that to build, and you able to lay in the humor, the soundtrack, which, like I said, it's kind of odd on animation because I'm not used to it, but it works because it gives you that James Gunn filmmaking vibe. And then the animation, I think, is stellar. This is not quite in the same vein as the current version of DC animation, but it feels like it's coming from that. So this evolution of what their animation looks like is really dope. And it's bright, it's colorful, it's also dark and grimy. So it's a good mixture of all the things I think make animation pop. And this is a show that I am certainly excited for. One episode in, I'm already on board with Creature Commandos and this DC universe. Between Soups and this, I'm getting psyched for what Gunn is building. But the question is, what about you? What'd you think of the first episode of Creature Commandos? Is this a show you're here for? Do you think this idea of using animation in live action and having them be able to cross over back and forth is a good idea? What things are established here in the first episode that you're liking? What things could you potentially be worried about here? What things aren't working for you through the first episode? And what are you excited about based on the little look-see of what we have coming the rest of the season? Anything that you got, good, bad, or indifferent on Creature Commandos, put it down below in the comment section. I look forward to talking to you down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with the C-Man anytime we're talking movies, TV, trailer, reactions, you want to be here as we watch more of Creature Commandos, you want to see where we're headed with Superman, you dig the vibes, you want to show a little love and support, come join C-Maniac Nation. Super easy. Jump over there, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell if you want those alerts. And until next time, for the C-Man's Cinema Sit Down, I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace.
C-Maniac Nation, you look nervous. Is it the scars? Would you like to know where I got them? No? Well, then maybe you'd like to see another video with the C-Man. How about up here or over here? And if you really dig the C-Man, well, then show him a little love right over there.